You've got to make sure that you do not hurt your credit during this hard money phase of this loan. Here's the one thing that most people need to pay attention to in this environment. If you don't have the cash to do the loan, the liquidity backing to do a loan or a hard money loan or non-QM loan or conventional loan, or getting into an investment property, if you don't have the liquidity to back you in this environment, you need to second guess yourself.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm in a different ballpark. So I'm looking at lending. It is the time to buy. If you got a lender that'll roll with you, it's the time to buy. But you have to underwrite it as a buy and hold.
Yes.
If you are a fix and flip investor
in this environment,
and your lifestyle depended on that revenue.
Yes.
So if your lifestyle depended on transactional revenue, in other words, Spoon's big balling, taking vacations, doing all the things, and then that revenue dries up, his lifestyle's got to take a hit or his business is going to take a hit. One or the other's something's got to give, because the transactional revenue that you used to set your watch by, as far as flipping, it's a lot harder to come by, in my opinion. But that's just me watching my own inventory rot on the market. I mean, we got 2 contracts for sale. So what are you advising people when they're looking at renting, when they're looking at buying a property? Are you advising them to underwrite it as a rental? When you're taking it to underwriting, are they wondering what it's going to rent for?
I advise everybody that if you are entering this as a fix and flip, that you need to have multiple exit strategies. Not only maybe a short-term or a long-term rental, or if you cannot get out of that flip, you got to do something with it. You got to put that property to work. So you've got to be able and be liquid and credit worthy enough to be able to pivot and say, hey, okay, I can't sell it. What do we do?
And one of the advantages Jet has over everybody else is the 18-month window.
Yes.
You can extend out to 18 months.
Yes.
Almost penalty-free, correct?
Penalty-free, yes. As far as fees, there are fees that are rolled into that 18-month loan through the progression of the loan. So it gives you more time to see what the market's going to do and be able to, again, pivot with maybe the market gets a little bit better, or if it gets a little bit worse, you have that opportunity to say, okay, I'm just going to wait 18 months and see what happens. Now, is that advisable? No, that's not advisable, because you're paying literally, if it's a fix and flip, you're paying interest for 18 months to try to see what the market's going to do. That's not advisable. But if it's a buy and hold and you're like, hey, I'm going to put a tenant in here and let it ride for a little bit and see if I can get that lower interest rate, that could possibly happen.
Well,
and it gives you time to build up your liquidity, builds up your credit. Tell everybody going into this, you've got to make sure that you do not hurt your credit during this hard money phase of this loan. We've got too many instances out there that everybody needs to pay attention to, that you put everything on your credit or put everything on a line of credit, and you max out your credit cards. At the end of that, now you can't refinance because your credit's done dipped into the 600s. And it's not feasible for you to be a buy and hold. Now you've lost all that time, all that sweat equity, all that appreciation, and now you got to sell the property.